12. Scriptures often cited by skeptics to challenge the deity of Jesus, with counter-arguments and questions to challenge their claims. Each entry includes the scripture, the skeptic's challenge, the biblical counter-argument, and a question for further reflection. Top 12 scriptures addressed. 1. John 14:28. The Father is greater than I. Challenge. Jesus says the Father is greater. Isn't this proof of inequality? Counter-argument. This refers to Jesus' incarnate role, where he submitted to the Father. In essence, he remains equal with God. Philippians chapter 2, 6-8. Question. If Jesus isn't divine, why does he say, I and the Father are one? John chapter 10:30. 2. Matthew 24:36. No one knows the day or hour, not even the Son. Challenge. How can Jesus be God if he doesn't know everything? Counter-argument. Jesus voluntarily limited his omniscience during the incarnation. Philippians 2, 6-8. Question. If Jesus is not divine, how does he demonstrate omniscience in John 4:29? 3. Mark 10:18. Why do you call me good? No one is good, except God alone. Challenge. Jesus denies being good, therefore he isn't God. Counter-argument. Jesus isn't denying his goodness, he is prompting reflection on the significance of calling him good, pointing to his divine nature. Question. Why would Jesus accept worship if he were not divine, e.g., Matthew 14:33? 4. Colossians 1:15. The firstborn over all creation. Challenge. Firstborn means Jesus was created. Counter-argument. Firstborn, prototokos, refers to preeminence, not creation. Jesus is eternal, as affirmed in John chapter 1:3. Question. How could Jesus create all things, John chapter 1:3, if he were himself created? 5. 1 Corinthians 15:28. The Son himself will be made subject to him. Challenge. Jesus is subordinate, so he cannot be God. Counter-argument. Subjection reflects Jesus' role in redemption, not inferiority of essence. Philippians 2:10-11. Question. How does subjection negate Jesus' equality with the Father? John chapter 10:30. 6. Philippians 2:6-7. Did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Challenge. Jesus gave up equality with God. Counter-argument. Jesus never ceased being God. He chose to humble himself in human form. Question. How does humbling himself negate his deity? 7. John 5:19. The Son can do nothing by himself. Challenge. Jesus admits he has no power. Counter-argument. This demonstrates the Son's unity and cooperation with the Father, not incapability. Question. If Jesus lacked power, how could he raise himself from the dead? John 2:19-21. 8. John 1:18. No one has ever seen God. Challenge. If no one has seen God, how can Jesus be God? Counter-argument. Jesus reveals God in his incarnate form. The Word became flesh. John chapter 1:14. Question. How could Jesus declare, anyone who has seen me has seen the Father? John 14:9. 9. Deuteronomy chapter 6:4. The Lord is one. Challenge. How can Jesus be God when God is one? Counter-argument. The Trinity affirms one God in three persons, not three gods. Question. Why does the plural form for God, Elohim, appear in Genesis chapter 1-26? Let us make man in our image. 10. Hebrews chapter 5:8. He learned obedience. Challenge. How can God learn anything? Counter-argument. Jesus, in his humanity, experienced human growth and obedience without compromising his divine nature. Question. How does learning obedience in humanity negate divine omniscience? 11. Matthew 27:46. My God, why have you forsaken me? Challenge. Jesus was abandoned by God, so he cannot be God. Counter-argument. This reflects Jesus' fulfillment of Psalm 22, not a denial of his deity. Question. If Jesus wasn't divine, how could his death atone for sin? 12. Isaiah 9:6. Everlasting Father. Challenge. If Jesus is God, why is he called Father? Counter-argument. Everlasting Father is a title emphasizing Jesus' role as the eternal source of life. Question. How does this negate the Trinity, which recognizes distinct persons?